The Pokemon TCG has a long and rich history, and today we're going to take a little trip down memory lane as we look at the most unforgettable moments caught on a Pokemon TCG livestream. We have some killer highlights lined up with some probabilities being as low as 0.4%, and the stakes being as high as the World Championship Finals, going all the way back to 2010. So let's get started. And if you want to win this pack of Japanese Cynthia sleeves, all you have to do is comment your favorite stream moment down below.
That man, how do you stop this?
Now, I've already done a full video on this exact moment already, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. On the left we have Azul GG, and on the right we have Alex Shemansky, two of the world's most premier players, here in the top 8 round of a regional championships in Greensboro. That means whoever loses will miss out on the chance to win $5,000. Alex on the right was playing Zoroark GX Garbodor. Zoroark GX was an absolute beefcake, with its Writers beating attack, which is 20 times the amount of Pokemon you have in play. So under normal circumstances that would top out at 120 damage. A perfect 2-shot on everything in the format at the time. However, since Greenboro was an expanded event, that gave Zoroark a whole lot more to play with to get that damage much higher. Mainly the Skyfield Stadium, which would let you have 8 bench Pokemon in play. This meant Zoroark's Writers beating would now do a colossal 210 damage when paired with a choice band, which would transform Zoroark from a 2-shotting attacker all the way to a 1-hit KO merchant capable of clearing the way of pretty much everything in its way. Azul on our left, however, is playing Archie's Blastoise. This was a deck that aimed to get Blastoise into play as early as turn 1, allowing you to bypass the normal evolution rules. How? Well, by playing Archie's Ace in the Hole, a supporter card that would let you put a water type from your discard pile straight into play and then draw 5 cards. The downside was you could only play if it was the last card in your hand, however. With cards like VS Seeker, which would let you put a supporter from your discard pile straight into your hand, Battle Compressor, which would let you discard 3 cards from your deck, and Trainer's Mail, which would let you look at the top 4 cards of your deck and take any trainer card, getting your hand down to just 1 copy of Archie's Ace in the Hole actually wasn't that hard. And once Blastoise was in play, you could use its ability Deluge to start getting a ton of water energies into play. One of the targets for those water energies was Eevee Snorlax Tag Team, which had the attack Dump Truck Press, which would do 120 damage plus 120 more damage if your opponent's active was an evolution Pokemon, which Zoroark is, so happy days I guess. The main target for those energies though was Magikarp and Wailord Tag Team, which for 5 energy had the Super Splash attack, which did a flat 180 damage. Not bad, especially if you had a choice band attached, which would boost the damage to 210. Perfect mathematics. Magikarp and Wailord's GX attack Towering Splash did 10 damage, great. But if you had 7 water energy attached, you actually did 100 damage to all your opponent's benched Pokemon too. Not bad. However, Azul did lose game 1. How? Well, you see, Alex is partnering Zoroark with Garbodor, a devastating card with the ability Garbotoxin, which meant when Garbodor had a tool card attached, it would turn off all abilities in play. This would turn off Azul's Blastoise, making it very hard for Azul to power up his very energy hungry attackers. And in game 1, Garbodor stuck around way too long, forcing Azul to concede. In game 2, however, Azul fired off a turn 1 Let Loose Marshadow, which would reset both players' hands to 4, stopping Alex from ever really setting up, leading to a quick win for Azul. Game 3, however, was getting out of hand very fast. Azul was struggling to get his Blastoise out, resulting in this Eevee Snorlax going down before it ever had the chance to attack. Very painful. Going 3 prize cards down with this sorry looking board state, with no attackers even developed. And it was about to get even worse for Azul too, since Alex was able to Guzma that Shaman EX right there, meaning he went down to 1 prize card, 1 turn away from winning the game. This is looking very dire for Azul, as he is yet to take a single prize card. He literally needs a miracle turn here, a 6 prize turn. To be fair though, Alex left himself with a very low HP board. There are actually 6 Pokemon on the bench with under 100 HP, meaning if Azul could literally do the impossible, play an Archie's Ace in the Hole, get Blastoise into play, play a Field Blower to get rid of that Float Stone on the Garbodor, so he would get his abilities back, and then pile 7 energies onto Magikarp Wailord, he could actually use Towering Splash to take all 6 prizes in a turn. But the chances of that are so low, right?
Here we go. 5 cards. Do we see Field Blower? There's no way. Is this actually going to happen here? Is this actually going to happen here?
He's pulling the
please,
hands away from the
let's get hype.
table.
I want to see it
Shuffling
now.
them really quick.
Come on. And he hasn't scooped yet, so he has to take us in mind. Oh,
order
here we
pad.
go.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Order
Let's
pad.
go. Let's go. Let's go.
Off the table. Order
Come on,
pad.
keep on the table.
Come on. Azul.
He got
He
the
got
order board.
it. He got the
He
heads.
got the order
He got
pad.
the heads. He is
Computer
moving
search,
quick
field
now.
blower.
He's
Field
moving
blower.
quick. No.
This is not going to happen.
No.
Oh my gosh. Dude, Alex has clenched his grip. He feels it coming.
GoFundMe.com/save Alex Szymanski.
Oh, my clean 6. He has choice band left. He's a clean 6.
Attach a choice band. Draw
No,
6.
No, I think he has Bar Shadow also in hand unless he Ultra Ball that away. He might have Ultra Ball away.
I think he did Ultra Ball it away
So he has
to get the Shaman.
choice band clean in
left.
hand right now.
Okay, so this choice band, he has to hit 2 superiors. If he hits 2 superiors,
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Draw 6.
Come on. Come
Go.
on. I can't see. I
Oh
can't
my
see.
gosh.
Come on, help us,
Come
kid.
on.
Ultra Ball.
T-mail.
Trainer's mail.
T-mail.
That's another.
T-mail superior. Superior's right there at the end. There was one superior.
Okay, flicking through the cards.
Oh, man. Oh, come on.
I'm trying to check this list. Is there a rescue stretcher somewhere in here?
Yeah, and on Azul?
Yeah, on
no.
the Azul side. No rescue stretcher. Okay.
There's one.
Superior one. Wait, does he have the other one in hand?
He got
Does he have the other one in hand?
He got the T-mail.
There's an order pad. There's
It's a computer search. Let's go. Let's go.
He freaking did it!
Oh!
He freaking did it! He
Towering splash. GX.
Azul, good game. Coming through. Flip the
AGG. Towering splash for the game.
What? That's in 6
What?
prizes.
Bro,
6
give me that.
prizes.
What?
Heck
What?
yes. All right. www.gofundme.com/save Alex Szymanski.
Absolutely magical.
Draw 1 card. Oh, no way!
Now, Pokemon TCG games are normally decided by massive Pokemon slamming into each other, like Lugia V-Star, Giratina V-Star, and Arceus V-Star. However, this little 60 HP Scrovit was the star of the show for Landon. With only a 0.4% success rate, it was directly responsible for him winning $5,000 from the Portland Regional Championships. Well, let's join Landon here in his top 4 game, where he is playing the Arceus V-Star Giratina archetype. This deck used Arceus V-Star to accelerate energy with his Trinity Nova attack, which will do 200 damage and attach 3 energy to your V Pokemon in any way you like. Where are those energies getting attached to? Well, Giratina V-Star, with its Lost Impact attack, it could do a colossal 280 damage. This is a fantastic number which clears the way pretty much of everything in format, making it one of the best late game attackers in the game. However, as we see here, Landon is firmly in the late game scenario, but he has everything to go apart from that Giratina V-Star. He only has the basic Giratina V, which isn't going to get it done. Luckily for him though, if he can somehow manage to find that Giratina V-Star, he can simply KO Grant's Dragonite V and then go down to 2 prize cards left, leaving him in a pretty good position to win this game. Problem is, he doesn't have a Giratina V-Star in hand, or any way of fetching it, or at least reliable way of fetching it. You see, he does have that Scrovit in hand, which he could try and use. Scrovit has the ability Nest Stash, which lets you put your hand to the bottom of your deck and then draw 1 card. Now, normally it's meant to be used in combination with a barrel, since then you can put your hand to the bottom, draw 1, and then use Industrious Incisors to draw up to 5 cards. Pretty nice. Scrovit on its own is pretty dismal, all things considered, and Landon has 15 cards left in his deck. I counted, leaving a 1 in 15 chance or a 6% chance of finding that Giratina V-Star. However, this little Scrovit did the unthinkable.
So it's really just relying on Nestash here.
1 card, Jeremy. 1 card. It needs to be a supporter card or a Giratina V-Star.
All right, you shuffle your hand, put it to the bottom, draw 1 card.
Oh, no way!
Giratina V-Star taking the knockout on Dragonite. What's going on?
Absolute scenes here in this top 4 regional game. Unfortunately for Landon, he did still lose game 1, but he won game 2 and saw himself in a game 3 scenario. If he wins, he makes it to the finals. And Landon was on the ropes again in this game 3, after you can see having a very slow start. His Arceus V is only 1 Cramorant attack away from being KO'd. And that hand is pretty dire. With no way of finding Arceus V-Star, this game could get out of hand fast. Luckily for Landon though, if he can find an Arceus V-Star somehow, he can use that V-Star power to get right back in this game. Since Arceus V-Star's Star Birth ability lets you grab any 2 cards from your deck, meaning he can grab energy and start attacking with Trinity Nova. But luckily for Landon, he does have a little nest ball in his hand, meaning he can grab Screwvet and roll the dice again. But this time it's even worse for Landon, since he's actually prized the Giratina V-Star too, meaning he has only 2 in the deck he can draw into. And since he has 8 cards in play and 5 in the discard pile and 6 prize cards left, that means his deck consists of 41 cards. But we do know the bottom 3 cards are not going to be Arceus V-Star, meaning he has a 2 in 39 or a 6.9% chance of drawing the Arceus V-Star. If he doesn't, he pretty much loses this game right here, right now. But
All right, 1 card. What's it going to be?
Oh my gosh! Arceus V-Star off the top of the deck. If there's one thing Screwvet is good at finding, it's V-Star Pokemon.
he does draw the Arceus V-Star and was able to close the game out. And if I've done my maths correctly, the probability of Screwvet drawing both those cards on those turns exactly when he needs it was exactly 0.4. Wow, and we saw that happen on stream. Absolutely incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, what a huge card draw.
But I can make the stakes even higher. How about we go to a World Championship final? It doesn't get more high stakes than that, eh? $25,000 on the line. So here we join Jesper Eriksson versus Connor Peterson in the 2016 World Championship final. Connor is playing a Seismitoad EX Crobat deck. Seismitoad has the attack Quake and Punch, which does 30 damage and not unlock your opponent. A very scary attack which was capable of beating anything in front of it, all things considered. Especially when you factor in Crobat and Golbat helping out with extra damage with their Sneaky Bite and Surprise Bite abilities respectively. Jesper, however, has a very good matchup against Connor since he is playing Vespercren Yanmega. This deck aims to pile a ton of Pokemon into the discard pile very fast, so Be Revenge hits for big numbers, since it did 10 damage plus 10 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. Yanmega would also help out too. With its Sonic Vision ability, it would attack for free as long as you had 4 cards in your hand, meaning Assault Boom would do 120 damage if it had a tool card attached, or if you managed to get Yanmega Break into play, you would do a flat 100 damage. No questions asked. Bear in mind, Assault Boom would actually hit Seismitoad for weakness, and so does Vespercren's Be Revenge attack too. Meaning, realistically speaking, it shouldn't be too hard for Jesper to KO these Seismitoads and lock this round up. But even though Connor was 4 prize cards down, he wasn't going down without a fight in this game 1, as he fired off a very scary Enter 1, reducing Jesper's hand size all the way down to 1 card. And he was getting ready to mount a comeback. And this is where the game could start to get out of hand for Jesper. If he draws nothing here, well, he could lose this game.
I mean, this is a pretty good spot for Connor if Jesper just doesn't draw out of it.
That's right. Now, Yanmega Break does have a double color synergy attached.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, what a huge card drawn here by Jesper. His 1 card hand is a Sycamore.
But that's right, with a 5.5% chance, he ripped a Professor Sycamore from the Enter 1. Meaning he could get right back in this game and won the World Championship from there in games 2 and 3. But how about we make the stakes even higher? How about a World Championship being decided in game 3, a do or die scenario, and when adjusted for inflation, a $10,500 prize on the line. Now, unfortunately, the 2010 World Championship wasn't streamed, but we do have this 60-second highlight video, and I've also managed to get some first-hand account of what actually happened. So here we have Michael Pramwatt playing a surprise Gardevoir deck. This deck aimed to lock out your opponent with the Psychic Lock attack, which prevented them from using any Poke Powers on their next turn. Gardevoir also had the Poke Power Telepass, which let you search your opponent's discard pile for a supporter card and use that card as the effect of this power, making this Gardevoir a very versatile and scary card when it gets rolling. Bear in mind, at this time, Poke Powers were very important, so Psychic Lock was absolutely devastating. But Gardevoir was a known thing back in 2010, so what made Pram's list such a surprise? Well, the 3 copies of Spiritomb were pretty secretive at the time, I was told, which would let Michael set up as long as the Spiritombs were inactive, since it would actually train lock both players while it was in the active position, giving Pram all the time he needs to set up his army of Gardevoirs and Gallades. His opponent, though, Yuta, was playing a massive powerhouse of the format, Lux Chomp. This is widely regarded as many people's favourite and most powerful decks of all time. You would aim to use Luxray Level X to plus whatever you wanted into the active spot and quickly deal with it with Flash Impact, which you could use for 1 energy when using combination with an energy gain. 1 for 60 was a very efficient attack back in the day. Throwback G would help out with extra damage too with its Poke Power Flash Bite. And Garchomp was a secondary attacker, but a very good one, since for a double colorless energy attachment and energy gain, you had an 80 damage snipe, which was plenty enough to wreck the format. But Yuta was in trouble, as he found himself in a very dire situation, behind in game 3, as Pram's Gardevoir was absolutely pummeling him with Psychic Lock. He was one turn away from losing the game, as Pram took a KO, going down to 5 prize cards taken. Yuta knew he only had one out left, and it was an out that relied on a 1 in 20 or so top deck. You see, Pram's Gardevoir had 130 HP, which was monstrous at the time, and it wasn't used to getting one hit KO'd, even with weakness, since back then some cards had a plus 30 multiplier instead of times 2, meaning you couldn't just, tap it with weakness and expect to clear it out the way. However, Yuta did have a convoluted combo to KO this guard and win the World Championships. He could have used his Luxray GL to make weakness a flat times 2 multiplier across the board, and then find his one-off Uxie Level X, since that was the only psychic attacker that could hit enough damage, with its Zen Blade attack doing 60. The problem was Yuta had to find it exactly this turn, because both players only had one prize card left, and he couldn't use any Poke Powers to help him find it, since Gardevoir used Psychic Lock. So Yuta took a deep breath in, promoted the Uxie, and drew for turn. And with a stunning 1 in 20 or about 5% chance, he top decked exactly Uxie Level X, meaning all he had to do was attach DCE, bench Lucario, and then you could KO that Gardevoir, resulting in this picture that sums it all up really well. The 2010 World Championship Final decided on a 5% top deck. Unbelievable moments in Pokemon TCG history.